Hello, hello. Welcome to Narrowboat Natterings live on the mighty Wee May, on the rough waters of the Coventry Canal at Hungerford. No, Huddlesford. Yes, leave it. Right. Good evening, all. Six viewers, six people. Well, probably accidentally just come onto the channel. But Mrs Lumsden, come on in. Here she is.
Hello.
the light of Molla. You need to be looking for these comments that might be coming up. Oh, okay then. So, how are we all? What's this evening all about? I don't know. Whatever you want it to be about, I suppose. Bit of a chat, bit of a giggle. I'm going to try and make an eggnog because I'm guessing there'll be one or two American friends joining us. I'm not sure. Jack from Florida, I think, should be joining us. So we'll see. We'll see who turns up. Give me a shout. Tell me you're here. Shout hello. Let's have a chat. Can we change this screen at all to make it bigger? Or does that mean we're going to lose our chat or what? I don't know. Just because I need to see more of myself. So, well, anyway, Merry Christmas to you all. I hope everything's all right, and wherever you are in the neck of the woods, what's your weather been like today? Ours has been a little bit drab.
It's not raining though.
A bit misty, a little bit. Yeah, it's not as cold as it has been. So, anyway, well, I'm going to start making. I don't know whether I'm allowed to go public on that. Could be some big news that I'm not allowed to go public on. I'm not. Has anybody sent me anything yet? Because I can't see anything, and I'm just wondering whether this is actually working. Somebody tell me that you've seen something. See, I can go hello, can't I? Is it because I'm not logged in or something? I don't know. Can anybody see me? Is anybody talking to me? Live chat. Oh, hello. What's that then? What's that? I don't know where everything's gone. Okay. So I have no idea whether anyone's asked me any questions or anything. Is this something that I should be seeing somewhere? This is going well, isn't it? There. What? Yes, is any who's talking? There's questions there. Oh, okay. So tell me what questions we've got.
So you've got Andy saying hi. Dulcie Barnes says yes.
Dulcie, I know Dulcie. Narrowboat Potters 2, I believe. Yes.
And David Pillar, hi there. Yes, we can see and hear you.
David, are you well? Good. I'm good. Yeah, David's always commenting on lots of our stuff.
Okay, Steve Roper, is there anybody there?
Steve Roper, yes, good. I'm sorry, I've got all this confusion. And yes, my secretary.
So Judith Madison, do you think? Oh, don't think the compass are working.
Ah, okay.
Then Judith can see here.
Good.
Karen Blagan, hi, we can see here.
Hi, Karen.
Steve Roper, oh, the joys of technology. Now, where's that instruction book?
Well, I've got this. It's a new laptop for a start, so I'm just wondering whether I don't know. I don't know because I've done Loop before off my phone, directly off the back deck, and so that was fine on the phone, and they were just the things were coming up. So I've got a chat sort of box at the side of my screen, though I'm not seeing anything there, but it is coming up on my phone, so it might be something to do with that. Maybe this isn't signed in properly. I don't know. Anyway, I'll stop rambling on about tech, etc. So shall we crack on with eggnog? Crack on. You can't be cracking a joke when it comes to eggs. So, what we need, got some instructions for me on this.
You can text my phone as well.
I don't want texts. Very dark in here, isn't it? I'll tell her in a bit. But okay. So we need eggs. We need eggs. And we're going for 12 eggs. So I thought 12 eggs, trying to separate the yolks from 12 eggs was going to always be a little bit long. So I thought I'd just do 6 earlier. So, has anybody talking to me? No. Oh. Hello, Sweden. Hello, Sweden. I bet. Oh, everything's coming up. So started coming up.
Right.
So started coming up. Well, I can't see those. Come on, let me put those on. Hello, right. How did you both? Jack gave you a great. You did, yeah. We can see you. Good. Right. They're just they're now all racing through. There's Grizzly Anderson. Hello from Sweden. I bet Sweden's cold, isn't it? I bet that's nice and snowy there. Judith, we love your vlogs. What made you go and live on an arrow? Well, Judith, don't actually live on it. I think we'd kind of like to for the summer. So we don't live on it, and I think that's a really romantic sort of wish. But so the practicalities of it, I'm not sure that we're set up for that. Yeah, but stand in here. And so she talks off camera, as you've seen on the vlogs. Getting her on, and people say to me, "Get Mrs Lumsden there more. We want to see more of Mrs Lumsden." This is what she does. You know, she just hides. And so it may, and people, it's kind of like half complaints that she's not there. I'm sorry, that's the beast that lives with me. Sorry, you know. How's the boat refurb going, David Pinner wants to know. Well, it's a bit slow, and actually having a problem this evening. So we've been running the engine most of this afternoon. So you would think that that would mean that all's well. Then suddenly the heater went off, which is normally an indication that the voltage is correct. There's not enough power in the batteries. And then lo and behold, well, we couldn't get any plug sockets working. So luckily this battery on this laptop's got about 60%, so we should be for a while. So yeah, things like that are still there. There's definitely a problem somewhere with my charging system because they're relatively new batteries, and maybe I've got an alternator problem. I don't know. We'll see. So keep an eye on those, Mrs. Right, you can come to the side. So I need to do 6 eggs. This is in the wrong place, isn't it? Because I'm losing my audience. Do you know what I mean?
Real Lumpy.
Eggs. Well, no, it's all right. Look, there. Right, can you see the screen? Can you see comments coming up? Right. Talk to everybody. Okay. Introduce yourself.
Hello.
No.
Okay. My face changing place apparently so far as a delay. Okay.
So ask Mrs Lumsden some questions.
How many you got?
You know. That's right. We have just 2.
Hello, Steve Roper. He says, hashtag Mrs L.
Oh, yeah. You see, Steve's one of your fans. He often asks about you, Steve does.
Thank you, Steve. I'm all embarrassed now. I'm just going to go back out.
Just step back in. Right. Can you please keep asking Mrs Lumsden questions? I force her to be a part of this. Because I can't just keep doing this on my own.
Why? This is your thing.
So I've got a lot on.
This is your
I've got eggs to separate for start. So come on, get on.
You know what you should have done?
People don't want to see the back of my fat head. So get
okay.
into your fat face. Oh no! Look, I've dropped the yolk into there.
Right. Okay. Right. Don't know what to say now.
Come on.
Lumpy's cracking some eggs. You went on Facebook Live this afternoon, any excuse to kind of like go from it, as we know and love him so well. What else have you been doing?
Oh, I've been doing loads.
Oh, yeah, he showed me the whites. Not sure whether you can see it, but in there was like little horrible bits. And then he explained to me it was the embryo. What? Literally, Yeah.
Now it changed, but I think your heater's eating your electricity. You might need more batteries. I think you might be right. I think you might be right. It's all off now, so I'm freezing cold in my t-shirt. I've got a Christmas jumper I could put on at some point.
I think, no, but oh, hey, Mrs. Well.
Yeah, then me have to move in and project. Darling, project.
Okay, I'm very sorry. Is that better? Yes. I'm very quiet because I spend most of my time muttering under my breath profanities. Okay. Good evening, Mrs. L. Oh, sorry. Yes, good evening, Grizzly. I'm not liking this. I'm really not liking it.
Is that Grizzly from Sweden?
It's Grizzly from Sweden. Can I make the eggnog?
Yes.
And you do the talking?
Yes, you do. You make the eggnog, darling. Anyway.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Right. Right. Are you okay?
Yes.
You don't need your whites yet. You need your yolks. Okay. Get your yolks up there.
Right. With yolks of sugar, how much sugar do I need?
I just briefly.
2 cups of sugar.
Good evening. And welcome to the calmness of. Welcome to the calmness of Narrowboat Natterings here in Staffordshire. Good evening, Mrs. David Pinner says good evening, Mrs. Lumpy. Let me take those off because I look far more attractive without my glasses on. So did you all enjoy the Santa vlog? I hope you did. Everybody seemed to. So that was a very, very enjoyable doing that three-wheeler. Are you plugged into Shoreline in the marina or on the cut using batteries? I'm on the cut using batteries three-wheeler, and ultimately not doing too well at the moment with that. But we shall get to the bottom of things, no doubt. I think because we don't live on the boat, we kind of tolerate things a little bit that are a bit not as as we'd like them to be, because we know we're going to go home at some point. So it's not, if we lived on it, we'd have to get it sorted out. Santa vlog was brilliant. Oh, thank you, Judith. Yes, doing the Santa. I do actually work. Yes, so it's all about ratios, darling. So whatever you've used as a cup, everything else that says cup needs to show the same thing. Yeah. They're working. So I normally work at Legoland most December. So for about the last 4 or 5 years, as a Santa, in one of the huts. So get Santa to fix the boat since he borrowed it. Well, he should. He should. Left it in a right state. He did. And but anyway, you can't question the big man, can you? I mean, so are you going to do an Easter bunny war? Well, does I mean. No. I thought about Valentine's doing sort of Cupid, so like just wearing a nappy, something like that. I see like this fat jolly guy in a big nappy with a bow and arrow, just going. That would be funny. Yeah. I'd be like the figurehead on the front of the boat, like that, shooting arrows of love at the towpath. So Dulcie, if you want to, be knocking up, because I know you're in this area, and if you want one of Cupid's arrows shooting at you as I come past, semi-naked in a big man's nappy, we can sort that out. It's not a problem. The Easter bunny would be funny. Funny bunny. I can probably sort that out, and throw lots of little Easter eggs at people, I suppose. Isn't that an adult channel? What, Funny Bunny? Is it or Cupid shooting arrows? Don't know. Yeah, quite possibly. We've got off the subject here. I mean, well, I don't suppose we had a subject. Chris Flewers, good evening. Good evening to you. Good evening to you. Are you well? So what else can we talk about? So yes, so Santa was really nice, and as I said, I do work as Santa usually, so this has been very, very different. I've done some virtual stuff online with that. And about vlog of vlogs. Oh, guess who's joined us? Jack from Florida, coming in here, showing off with his lovely weather. How are you? Sorry I'm late. My son is shooting a space flight for Virgin. Oh, you told me about your son and the rockets and stuff, and then I saw Elon Musk's crash to the ground, and I thought, I hope Jack's son had got nothing to do with that. But, tell me more about that. His son was working for No, it's not. It's not about blame. Hi from Andrew and Carol. Love the under the water fish segments. Yes, you plan more to some video fishing in our vlog as well. Yeah, I love doing the underwater stuff. I've always been really interested in wildlife and fish. I'm a fisherman actually, and I've always quite just enjoyed what's under the water. And so GoPro obviously goes underwater. And then it's actually very rare that you come across a canal that's really crystal clear. So when those opportunities come along, I'm straight out the GoPro and under the boat. I just find it really intriguing. We take it for granted when we're just traveling along. You just don't really think about what's underneath. And actually, particularly when I put the GoPro right down by the bow, just how many fish are actually scattering straight out of the way, you know. So yeah, I'm glad you like it, because I certainly like it. All right, so it was actually a success for SpaceX. Oh, that's good, Jack. I think it was on when it was trying to land back down, wasn't it? That it just went a bit astray. I'm not sure. There's on Twitch right now. That's a space flight on Twitch right now. Okay. So if anybody doesn't want to watch me anymore, they can go and watch Twitch. Watch the NASA space. Stop it. So Phil Izzard, hello Phil, how are you? Hello, good to speak to you. I know you follow lots of my stuff. That's really good. I'm very excited by that. When I see the same names coming up, it's always it's a weird thing, this YouTube thing, because you kind of make friends with lots of people who you've never met before, and so the odd few people that I've come across who just had chats with and stuff, you know, passing comments or remarks on things, you do feel very much like you know them. So sort of Steve on Narrowboat Precious Jet, for example, met him, and you do, because you know the face, you've heard them talking in their vlogs, and it's just really weird. You feel like you've known them all the years. How's it going over there?
It's going very well, but I just thought I'd pull it on.
What are you putting in it?
Bacon, Jack Daniels.
So Jack in Florida, obviously, you know, you're American. Mrs. L is having a go here at an eggnog, which I was supposed to do, but she didn't want to hold the fort in front of the camera because that's what she's like, and therefore she's now making eggnog, which looks extremely thin. It's not like the eggnog I used to use, so I don't know. Well, no. Shall we have a taste?
You want me to put some on?
I'd put a bit more cream in, yes. Where's the elf? Right, let me just catch up with some of this. They were very close. Okay, yeah, let's talk about that. Beautiful day in Somerset. Is that where you are, Philip? I didn't quite know where you were in the country. Somerset, beautiful, very nice. Whereabouts in Somerset are you? Jack, where's the elf? Well, Mrs. Lumsden's just here. Stirring the pot, as witches do. I mean, as she normally does, and stop it. And she does tend to throw things like eggs and stuff, so I had to be rather careful. What are our cruising plans for 2021? As much as possible, really. We absolutely love it. We want to do the Llangollen at some point. We've never done that. It always looks very busy. Not that I'm scared of it being busy, but I see myself doing that probably at the later end of the summer, going into the sort of autumn time where it's calming down a bit. We want to do the Thames, so I'd like to go down the Oxford, all the way down to Oxford, onto the Thames, down there, down through sort of Henley and Windsor. I'd like to go through the City of London at some point, but not this time of day. I'm not sure whether our boats up to the Thames and the Clyde stuff, and I'm not sure, but we'll come off at Brentford and then come up the Grand Union, so that's one we'd like to do. I know Jack's coming over from Florida next year, and I know he's hoping to do the Leicester Ring from what I can remember, so I'd like to sort of catch up with Jack when he comes across. I think a few of us should. You know, the guy's making an effort to come across, and I don't live very far away. I'm only ever probably 50 minutes from anywhere on that Leicester ring, so I'd like to do a bit of that as well. What else have we got here? Also love the Santa vlogs. Thank you, Philip. Would you consider getting a drone to do aerial shots? No. You have hit on a rather sore point there, because it's always strong.
It's nice.
No, it's nice. Not bad. You're all right with the alcohol in, yeah. Salmonella. No, the alcohol kills it all. So, what was I talking about?
Your drone.
Oh, the drone. So I did have a drone. It wasn't a massively expensive drone, but now that I had one, Mrs Lumsden bought it for a Christmas present, so it was all right. And so it took me a bit to get hold of how you set it up, and you have to download an app to your phone. And being a bit old, I was struggling with the tech on that, but eventually I did it, and then we sent it up, and good. Booked the boat, I sent it down the canal in both directions, all fine, brought it back, landed it, caught it, nailed it. Great, yeah, I've sorted that. Then realised I actually hadn't pressed record. So, okay, so I sent it back up again. It was up for literally 5 seconds before it did some twirly mad thing and went straight into the cut. So I just watched it, and it sat there with its little lights flashing, floating on top of the water, where we were frantically now trying to unmoor the boat, untie the ropes with a big fishing net, and we were literally this far away from scooping it into the net because it was still alive at that point. It just went. I lost my drone. I could have cried. So there you go. One day I'll get another one, but it scares me at the moment. You just said. Thank you, Jack. Yeah. How are you doing, Mrs Lumpy? John Allen wants to know how you doing, Mrs Lumpy.
I'm fine, thank you, John.
Oh, good. She's fine, John. Yeah. She's. I'm keeping her. She's out of trouble. She's trying to do an eggnog, which was my job. It was my job. She's stolen it off me because she didn't want to talk to you guys, because sometimes she can be a bit friendly. Not unfriendly, just shy. She's a bit shy. I'll buy the first. Jack May is going to buy the first round when he comes from Florida. Brilliant. Yay. What do you drink, Jack? What do you drink? Tell me what you drink. I drink most things. Would you consider doing the BCN Challenge Marathon? I would like to do that. I think it's about doing every single section of the Birmingham Canal network. Correct me if I'm wrong. So that's all the different arms and things like that. I think I've done quite a lot of them. But I know there's still stuff to do. So certainly over the Black Country side of things, and that Wolverhampton sort of area. So yeah, I would be interested in that, because I think I'm very interested in the history of canals, and I find it amazing. Birmingham's my city, so I grew up there, and just very interesting to see the city from another angle. So I would go into Birmingham, and I would think I've not got a clue where I am, and I would pop up onto a road and think, right, okay, that's where I am. And so all those years I've been walking around not actually appreciating what was below me. So I find that amazing. So yes, I indeed want to do that. 24 hours running around Birmingham, promoting the less used waterways with a 6-hour break, works on points, not speed. Okay.
It's like a race.
Or what, like a race? No, it's not on speed, it's on points.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
Yes. Yeah, we'll do that. Now we're about changing place. Should we do it together? Oh, hello.
I am.
Eggnog. Is it it's not got a lot of raw yolk that's going to go whoop, straight down. Mm. Mm.
Okay.
Mm. Nothing. It's nice. No, it is nice. It is nice. It is nice. Those Americans, they know what they're doing with eggnog. Right, what we've got? Hi, Emma and Fiona. Oh, hello, Narrowboat Girl. How are you doing, guys? Good to see you. We met once as we were going past Wolsey Bridge. I think that's where it was. And we were, hello, hello. How are you? Bye. We had, yes. Good to see you. Jack likes a Scotch. So, Jack, do you like single malt Scotch? I mean, when we're talking, we like the real stuff, yeah. And Tidy for based on history. Yeah, I've not had much to do with Andy Tidy. I've seen a lot of his stuff. He obviously he really knows his stuff. I have to be careful because I think I know my stuff, and I'm very what's the word? I'm capable of talking about things if I really know what I'm talking about. And very often I'm bluffing. I'm not. No, I'm not bluffing. I get things wrong though, and but I tend to go 100% into saying something like it is absolutely true, and sometimes I come proper. But I like to think I'm trying to do the right thing. What does Mrs Lumpy do for a living? Mrs Lumpy's a civil servant. She works for our beautiful government, whichever government that be, and she always has ever since she left school. She's always worked for working pensions, HMRC. She does all of that. She's one of them. But you enjoy it, don't you? She's given her service to this country for decades, and this country doesn't want to give her a pay rise for the last 10 years. Austerity now, followed by whatever's going to happen with picking up the bill for. She does indeed do it for the love of the job. So yes, and it saves me out to do it. I mean, it's consistent, isn't it? Unlike mine. And the Tidy vlogs are great, very informative. Yeah, I need to pay a bit more respect to Andy Tidy stuff because I know he must put an awful lot of research in, and he's a massive enthusiast, isn't he, to be able to sort of dig around and find out the information that we all sort of love to find out about. So I will indeed spend a bit more time with Andy's stuff. So Narrowboat Girl, how are you girls on that there boat? Where are you at the moment? I follow you guys, and it's always interesting to see what you're getting up to. What's that? Nosing videos, milk punch. Anti-US in kiddie as milk punch. Okay. Known. So this is milk punch. Okay. We've got some Jack Daniels in this, as well as some dark rum. We've got cream. We've got whole milk. Got sugar. What else is in it? Did you put me any nutmeg in it? So just not. Yes. Yes. Mrs Lumpy for Parliament.
Thank you.
You don't want that.
I think a woman in Parliament would be good.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you want Margaret Thatcher too, she's about that. No, I go. We are fine, thanks. Hinckley. Oh, only Hinckley. That's not far away at all. So we're only sort of Lichfield. So as the crow flies, I don't know, 25 miles, something like that.
Eggnog.
Eggnog.
Yeah,
it's really good. So, well, making your mum some eggnog then, for Christmas. It's a little treat. It's really nice. Eggnog sounds lovely. Judith, honestly, it is so easy. You don't even have to cook it. I mean, I know it's raw eggs. You can do a cooked version as well if you want, but the raw eggs, you put a lot of booze in there, so the booze makes things safe. So the non-booze version you're supposed to sort of eat it within 24 hours. The booze version will last a few weeks because the booze preserves it and it kills the salmonella and that sort of stuff. So yes, did you want to read it?
No, you can read it.
So this. There's a fair old tub there. That's a big. I mean, look at my head. So it's a big head. So that's a big tub because it's a big head. So so that was 12 eggs in there, 2 cups of sugar, 4 cups of milk, 2 cups of cream, 2 cups of bourbon or Jack Daniels or rum or whatever you want. You can put anything into there you want, and you basically separate the eggs. You whisk the yolks with the sugar, you whisk the milk and the cream and the alcohol in, and then you mix up the whites and you add that in. It's dead easy. You just throw it all in. So yes. Right. What else have I got? So your eggnog sounds lovely. It is. Have you eaten? Drinking on an empty stomach?
We haven't.
No. We've had some mince pies. We had something, didn't we?
Oh, we had a sandwich first time.
We did have a sandwich. I had a brie and cranberry sandwich. It was absolutely beautiful. Yes, straight from Sainsbury's. Was very, very nice. Travels with Martin. Oh, hello, Martin. How are you? So, Travels with Martin. Yes, those of you that are watching, you will have seen Santa, because Santa told me that apparently he saw Martin up at Street A Wharf, and he told Martin off because Martin is a very naughty boy, and he's often seen strolling these parts where I live, being naughty. And so, so that's Martin. Check his stuff out. Judith prefers the boozy version, Mrs. Lumsden. Well, you know, we all know what Judith's like, don't we? With the booze. Well, good on you, Judith. Good on you. But just be careful because you end up with a red nose like mine if you drink too much of it. Dulcie, the real Santa's just gone past our house. What? You really? Well, he was on this boat yesterday, on Sunday. Yes. David Pinner says eggnog is a posh snowball. I think it probably is. Yes, I think it probably is. It's, but we like it. We like it a lot. And so, what else have we got to tell these lovely people? What are your plans for Christmas and travel, Martin? You make me seem great. Martin, look, you know, when you start being good, then I might start, you know, bigging you up. Until then, you know, just behave yourself. You know what? You know, Santa told me all about you, so you know you can't hide anything from Santa. He knows. He knows. I was going to say Christmas. What are your plans for Christmas? Just interested to know how many of these people. I know the narrowboat girls. You're already on a boat. The rest of you guys, Dulcie, I know. I don't think you live on your boat. Not sure. I think you might have moved into marina recently, so maybe you are. What are your plans for Christmas? What else we got to talk about? I see. I only sing when people pay me, so, and because I'm a professional artist. No, most people when I sing, that I always get if I sing on a vlog, I will always get 2 or 3 people saying that yeah, the vlog was really good. It was a lot better if you didn't sing. Okay. I think it was about when I was really new to this. So we're going back to March. I think it was the second vlog I put out, and it was basically when we were bringing the boat from Wilton Marina up to this sort of neck of the woods. It was the first negative sort of trolley type comment I had, but it kind of hurt a little bit. But it was like it was vile. Oh, still suffering from it. Sorry. You see what she's like. You know when you look at my vlogs and I have to put bleeps in. That's what happens, and I can't do it live. I warned her. This is what I have to live with. I'm sorry. Look, they've all gone. Everybody's got to. You've lost all my subscribers. Look at that. And so yeah, this guy came on and just basically said, yeah, basically said, you're not a good singer. There's this, that, and the other. How your wife tolerates you with your booming voice and your overpowering manner. It was right. It still hurt. It still hurt. But hey ho, such is life. Can't please them all. Can't please them all. David, no, David's never complained about my singing. David's always been very respectful. Thank you. Thank you, David. Leisure Boaters here, stuck in tier 3. Ooh, maybe liveaboarding next spring. Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great. And you will thoroughly enjoy it, I'm sure. I think the way we want to go is I would like to think, because we ain't spring chickens anymore, are we? So 55 I am. Mrs Lumsden's 52. So you're kind of starting to look at exit strategies, I suppose, from the world of work. And we'd love to. Trolls are nasty. Yes, they are, Trev. But I just, they do bounce off me now. We need more people like me. Really, Martin, thank you. So, where's it going? Where's it going with this? Well, I was talking about age and extra strategies. Yeah. So, I see, in my career, I'm part-time. I'm semi-retired, I like to call it, because I'm a freelance actor. I'm a freelance. I do all that sort of stuff. So work comes and goes. It's not always love to hear your voice. Steve Davis. I used to work with Steve quite a lot. Good chap, Steve. I hope you're well. Any news about the secret film when you were out? I'll tell you about that in a minute because something went wrong with that. So I suppose the idea is to make the YouTube channel as successful as possible, so it does become a bit of an income stream. It kind of fits in well with what I do as a career, and trying to get Mrs Lumsden out of the environment into an early retirement situation. And then we can kind of live on the boat throughout summer and go home at winter and things like that. So there's some plans in there. Let me just write before I do. Remind me to talk about the documentary thing. I'll take a bowl of soup. YouTube, yes. Keep it down. Your thing's great. Well, thank you, Ted. Ted. Well, bearable anyway. Let's see. There's a back-ended comment we meant there. Cheers, Ted. Says I'll sing as well. Right. So going back, yes, the document. So we're making this documentary. I'm absolutely gutted. So we did so much work over summer, late summer, around the streets, around the canals of Birmingham, and there's some beautiful footage. When we sat down a couple of weeks ago, just to sort of start going through all the footage to try to start sewing a storyline, because we filmed enough for 6 episodes. Just the sound quality wasn't right. Story of my life. It just wasn't good enough. We could create something to actually give trailers to TV companies to say, buy this, please, which is ultimately what we want. But it's just not there. It's not there. So we've got to go and do it again, which is a right proper pain in the backside. We probably weren't looking at getting a distribution deal on it anyway until probably March, April. I think being optimistic, that would have been where it would have been. We could potentially be out refilming it March, April, so the weather starts to pick up a bit, but then fully focus our efforts on getting the edit sorted out. So I think we can still be in a position, instead of it being March, April, to be more sort of May, June for a release. So that's only actually a couple of months later than what we thought. It just means we've got to do the work again.
Sorry, have you turned the engine off?
No, is the heating come back on yet or not? No, I don't think it will. Yeah. Discussions around the business end of the boat. So that's the situation there. I'm really disappointed. I might try and get just some elements of it just released. I don't really want to sort of give the game away on everything we're doing, but I think that some of it was so nice. Some of the shots we took were really nice. Tips and pulls was great. Things like that. So I'm really disappointed, but I think it will only be 2 months later than what we thought. So yeah, I wasn't happy about that. But these things come to try us, don't they? What else have we got? Dulcie, you're an actor? No way. Yes. Most of the acting I do, Dulcie, is bad. is corporate work. I work within the corporate side of things. So I work for a lot of training companies who use live actors to deliver to help deliver. So I play most of the time. I mean, this will surprise you now. But most of the time, they're loudmouth, bullyish actors. And so, but sometimes I also get to play the guy who is getting a hard time, or the old guy who's struggling with pace, or is getting bullied by younger people. So things like that. So it's really interesting stuff. I go into a lot of businesses. I work with the medical profession. I worked in construction or manufacturing. All manner of stuff that need live actors there. So it's all interesting stuff. It doesn't mean I couldn't do TV or something if it came along. It's just the agent that I've got and the way my sort of life has sort of shaped itself. I've gone down that route, and then you start to sort of just get involved in that side of the business. So, but yeah, I like my musical theatre though. I suppose if I look back, that was the start of my profession. That's where I was doing it as an amateur, and liked it so much. I thought, I wonder if I could make a job of this, and I did. But I've done a couple of musicals as a professional. I played Sinatra as a professional.
What's
I don't know.
It's
just a fat ring.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you get.
Like a stretch mark.
Yeah, it looks it's like a pelican. Well, that's all right. It's only millions of people watching. You just stand at the side and destroy me in front of everybody. Come back in front of this camera.
No, I don't want to not since I saw.
Do you see what I have to put up with? You think that I'm giving her a hard time all the time. This is like that sort of water torture, Japanese water tortures, just drip, 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 drip. It's constant. Right, okay, what have we got here? So, now about astronomy, semi-retirement scenario here. Would like to swap between holiday home and narrowboat if lockdown then long. Yeah, I think that's what we want to think. I would love to be narrowboat half the year, just rent somewhere for 6 months then. So the colder months rent somewhere. The rest of the 6 months live on our boat. I think that it sounds like a beautiful life to me. Whether it actually ever happens, I don't know. If we can get Mrs Lumsden out of the work that sort of anchors her to home or to an office, that would be brilliant. No, bummer. I'm really looking forward to it. Did love the little bit you released. Yeah. So the funny bit in that where we it was at the top of the Smethwick flight in the little top house thing there. And we genuinely sort of made that up kind of on the spot, because we were talking about, what it would have been like 200 years ago, even 100 years ago, maybe a bit more than that, 130, 40 years ago, before, when boats were being towed by horses. That Smethwick flight was absolutely key to getting the ore and the minerals and the coal in from the Black Country. And so they all had to go down that. Well, they had to come up the Spon Lane side and then down the Smethwick side. So back in the day, that was a flight of 6 locks. And well, I mean, they in the end they managed to, by doing some clever cutting, they reduced it to 3. But you just imagine what that was like with all of those boats, and there would have been 100 boats sat in a queue there. Every one of those would have a horse. Those towpaths wouldn't have been anywhere near as good as they are today. You just imagine the mess on that towpath. The horses were slipping in the cut. The ropes are getting tangled because you've got boats going both directions. It would have been absolute hell. And we just thought it'd be really funny to say, who's the bloke that was in charge of that, trying to stop them from fighting. So that's where all that came from. So, yeah. But doesn't it just amaze you what that must have been like when boats were the motorway? but then they all had to sort of come clattering into a halt when they got to somewhere like the Smedley Fly. Incredible. Right, did you ever work with John Cleese on safety videos? Yeah, I know the safety videos you're doing, but they are the sorts of things that I do now get involved with, and I'm actually at the very beginning of starting my own production company doing that sort of thing. And indeed, the documentary that we tried to film, that we'll do again, it will be a part of that production company. So we're going to be called Theatre House Productions. And we're hoping to get premises that have got green screen facilities and things like that, so we can actually start producing our own content. And maybe that content will be for TV as well as the commercial world. So we'll see. Watch this space. It's all quite exciting. And I suppose the lockdown and everything else has actually allowed us to sort of reinvent ourselves a little bit. So, okay, if I can't earn money, how can I earn money? So, yeah, so that's what that's all about. Are you lucky enough to be having Christmas Day with your family, or is COVID going to mess things up? Don't really know, David. I think we are going to be family. We do live with Mrs Lumsden's dad. Mrs Lumsden's called Paula, by the way. Sometimes I want to slip into Paula. It's Paul and Paula. I think a lot of you know that, which is funny anyway, isn't it? Paul and Paula. But anyway, Lumpy, Mrs Lumsden. So we live with him. He's been very ill. He's had a horrible year. He's 82. Yeah. He did have COVID in the first batch. We thought, oh, that's the end of that then. But he came. No, but you had to, I suppose, and he came through it. But it took its toll, because since then he's had issues with his kidneys, he's had issues with his heart. He had a heart attack, and now they've found a mass in his bowel, so he's had to have that taken away. So he's had a terrible year. He's in hospital at the moment, recovering from the latest bit of surgery. Hopefully, we'll have him out by the end of next week, and so then we can enjoy that sort of Christmas with him around, and with the kids. Yeah, Mrs Lumsden's got 2 kids, so it's my 2-step kids. What's that question? Hold on, for junction, maybe a bit busy back then. Yes. What is eggnog, please? Philip Izzard wants to know what eggnog is. Google it, Philip. It's great. It's this. So it's a combination of eggs and milk and cream and booze and a bit of nutmeg, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Don't let the word eggs or the thought of eggs put you off, because it is really nice, really nice. It's like Bailey's. It really, I suppose, it's got that sort of feel to it. But yeah, nicer, and you can change the whatever booze you want in it for whatever you want, whatever your preference is. But it's really nice. Cheers. Merry Christmas to you all. So, what's this? Clattering to a halt. What's that? Can Mrs L not work remotely? She does work remotely at home at the moment. It's having that reliable internet source. Yeah, and her youngest is 18 now, but nevertheless, he still needs some support from us. A lot of support. 18-year-old boy, he needs a lot of support. Clattering to a halt at Franklin Junction may be a bit busier back then. Yeah, definitely. You imagine Bradley Junction back then, yeah. Crazy. And there must have been some proper fighting going on over that. Yeah, bribes and all sorts going on. Can I go first, you know?
The whipped egg whites in the
Why haven't you done it?
Oh, because it said it needs to be cold. It said it needs to be.
Whip it up now, because we haven't got an electric mixer, so it's going to be. You're going to have to go for it for a while to get it up. Yes, Trev. Yes, definitely. I did read that about the egg whites. Mrs Lumsden did know. She's pretending not to know. So she just cut corners, and so this is still very nice. You can probably hear me slurring already. I'm not sure. Milk is rich, chilled, sweet, and dairy-based. It's traditional milk. Trev's travels. That's. Have you just cut and pasted that from Google? Because that's a very nice description, and it looks to me like. Until it goes like meringue. You know. There we go. I have a green screen on the boat for my gaming channel. Ah, I didn't know you got a gaming channel. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of, it's not new technology at all, is it? It's been there a while, but it's actually a simple technology from what I can gather.
Same. Like that.
Just what it's like. So yeah, it's definitely something that I need to. I can't concentrate now. Yeah, so it does look like an easy-ish technology, and so I'm looking forward to getting into that. We think we can pull that together, and there's so much stuff out there that is we can create our own environments. Somebody asked me. Yes. So Jack wants to know what now about girls' gaming channel is. The good old Jack. He's great. Jack is. Supports us all, pushes us all, gets us all out there. We need more people like Jack. I'm sorry about this noise, but someone's having to whip it up. Yeah, put some Christmas songs on. I think I can sing a Christmas song.
No, you don't sing it. Just have it in the background.
What do you want a song? Anybody want a song? It's called Emmy, right? Okay. Yeah, Trev. I knew he copied that off you. It sounded very clever though, Trev. You had me convinced for a while. I did my family history a few years ago and found out that I descended from Bargee. Oh, really? That's interesting. That's interesting. Do you know, David, whereabouts they were? Where they were based? Midlands or something? Steve Roper, I can see someone wearing the eggnog. Oh, it's nice there. Yes, she will be if she doesn't start doing the job right soon. Because I'm having to sit there now, trying to do this. Yeah, well, you should have thought about this when you wanted to come on your rubbish boat that's got no power. Where's Santa gone? He's gone back. Barking mad. He's gone back. You know, he's busy. He's busy at this time of year. He can't just spend all his time on my boat. And besides, I wanted my boat back. And as Jack pointed out earlier to me online, the reindeer poop that was all over the roof was just horrific. So sticky. You don't want it. So he's gone back. I've told him I don't want to see him again till next year. We'll see. Yeah, talk about that. It's getting a bit of a froth to it now. I think it needs to go like soft meringue when it's just starting to peak, I think, and then you fold it in. And this is I've been speaking for 53 minutes. I can talk. There's one of the characters I have to play sometimes as in some of the corporate training is a guy that they can't stop talking. So when these managers are trying to talk to this guy, he just talks about everything. So I normally do it like this, and I go in a bit like an old brummie really, and I say, all right, yeah, I wanted to talk to you because I was watching this program last night on the Discovery Channel, and it was about Spitfires. The Spitfires that we used to make in Birmingham. Well, I mean, I used to live near where they made the Spitfires, and anyway, apparently they think they found a load of Spitfires that are buried out in the Far East. Because when they were actually fighting the war, they thought, well, if we lose all the Spitfires, we need to have some mothballs somewhere. So they buried them. But anyway, they lost them, didn't they? So anyway, after they've realised that they got these coordinates for where they anyway. So I would play this character that just talks and talks and talks and talks and talks. And it's hilarious. So I suppose this is where I've learned how to just talk. Just talk. It drives her mad. It's all right. You crack on with the whipping. So I think has anybody sending anything to me? Because my chat seems to have stopped. So I don't know whether is everybody still out there. I don't know. Does it look like it's got to go like it has to go like meringue? That's not meringue, is it? Yeah, that's what custard. Right. So that's it. So at what point do you think we want to end our live stream? Do you think people have had enough of us yet? No, definitely seems that my it's all stopped.
Right. Let me have a check. It might be something to do with your phone.
Yeah, take it off that. I think.
It's not on that. That's mine. Just
See if people are talking to me and I'm just not seeing it. Oh, hang on, there's one coming through now. Oh, someone else's song. I'm trying to type it up. Well, I know, Trev, I know. I'm only they're from Birmingham, David. Excellent. 3 batteries, 500 quid. Okay. I'll have to get Santa back on too, because I said to him he didn't have to pay me anything, but maybe he should have to run me through the new batteries. That's I'll speak to him. Santa's in Whittington. You see. Well, okay. He's a busy guy this time of year. I think if you got a cordless drill for a mixer. Ah, well, that's a good idea, isn't it? Yeah. Carry on. No, you're not going anywhere near any power tools, missus. I can tell you that for nothing. Right, tell you what, let's have a song. Find me a backing track on this. Can you find...
And the keyword we're looking for.
Please.
There you go.
This is definitely struggling to bring in comments because it's all stopped again now. But never mind.
What backing track?
Oh, what's your saying?
Holy Night.
No, I don't want a Holy Night. Do you want a bit of Frank Sinatra or something? I don't know.
What about Elvis?
No, no. Give me some Frank Sinatra. Give me
No, it's got to be Christmas.
Is it?
Yes.
Blue Christmas. Blue Christmas by Elvis Presley.
Which is literally what I just said to you.
I've gone then. Control again there. Will it come on there?
Yeah.
Will it be loud?
Yeah.
Cool.
You want to carry on
Can we have a song before you go? I'm going to sing Blue Christmas by Elvis in a minute when Mrs Lumsden's found it. Song. Next time you need to do a live vlog. We have a better signal like Tamworth. Oh, okay. I don't know what it's coming across like. I seem to be getting these big delays on the messages, and then they all come flying in together. So, please sing "Driving Home for Christmas." I'll start again. No, I just can't hear it. I couldn't hear it at the start. Elvis Presley. We'll have a blue Christmas without you. I'll be so blue just thinking about you. Decorations are red on a green Christmas tree. It's a bit high, this is for me. Won't feel the same, dear, if you're not here with me. And when the blue snowflakes start falling, that's when the blue memories start calling. You'll be doing all right with your Christmas of white. That's too high. Have a blue Christmas. That'll do. I don't like that one. Breaking up a bit. This thing's right. I don't know. Pixelated. Oh, I'm pixelated, am I? Oh, that's a shame. Oh, okay.
I think there's too much going on with lots of Bluetooth.
It depends on David Pinner. Oh, honestly, me and you are going to fall out soon. Okay. Just down the canal near Facebook was excellent insight for me, the best I've ever had. Oh, right, okay. I'll bear that in mind. I'm going off my 4G off my phone because my phone's saying it's got 4G. It's got her hands in her ears. But, you know, she tempts me to sing and then stands there taking a mic. So that's how the mute button. I'm coming in for some massive stick here. Right.
Do you know why? not sing very well.
I can sing. I can. Find me another. Come on.
No, that's it.
That was a rubbish backing track.
Get your own phone out there, because obviously all your favourites.
No, I haven't got my backing tracks on my phone. Well, enough of that. Where's my phone? No, I'm not going to sing anymore because they're not been nice to me. People haven't been nice to me.
You are so precious.
I'm not.
No, the reason you're singing is because it's not something you want to sing it in.
Well, don't they know who I am?
So precious.
Well, look, I think it's probably time to go. All good things must come to an end, and
bye.
now you come back in and talk properly to these people.
Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mrs Lumsden. Where's the cape?
Elvis is leaving the building. Yes.
It's great. Thanks, Lumpy. Oh, thank you, Jack. See, I can rely on Jack to be nice. He's a gentleman.
He is a gentleman.
He is. He's a gentleman of a certain age, and he knows how to be polite, and he knows etiquette.
Why did you feel the need to say
some of these other youngsters on here are just they're blasé with their etiquette.
I think you're being a bit ageist there.
I'm not. I'm not. But no. So anyway, Jack, I mentioned it earlier. When you come across next year to the Leicester Ring, you need to keep in touch because I would like to
meet you.
Enjoy and have a little chat and drink, which will be great. So I can't close this because people are talking. Look, Sue's talking to Trev. So I can't.
She's talking to Trev.
They're all hijacked my live feed here. So, well, I'm glad. It's nice to provide a service to the people out there. So, is it in peaks? It's still not there, is it? So, guys, thank you for joining us today. I am going to Elvis is going to leave the building because he needs to go and sort his meringue out because Mrs Lumsden is making a unholy mess of it. So, Merry Christmas to you all. I'll see you online. Keep checking out those vlogs. If you haven't already subscribed, I'm sure you already have. Keep it up, and good to have you along. And we'll put another one of these before Christmas, if not bang on Christmas. So have a great time.
Why? Why would we do another one?
Because they love you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bye. Bye, guys. Thanks for being here.